Let us now view the map, which leads us to the fortunes of Scorpio.
Welcome back to Down at the Docks, Christmas special. Special guest, Mr. Ian Nesbit.
Should have worn a Christmas jumper. I haven't got one.
I know. We should have brought hats as well.
Yeah.
So, some of you may know Ian because we kind of jabbed on about him in a few episodes. So, I mean, like.
Oh, was that the Marty one?
Yeah, but we mentioned you in.
I still haven't listened to that.
I think we mentioned you in Alex's one as well, to be honest. I think we mentioned you in everyone. We definitely spoke about you in Pete's one.
I hope my reputation precedes me.
It's tarnished. The point of it, we was going to make a theme of mentioning you, but totally breaking down your reputation for a few episodes, and I was like, now let's just get a guy on. So
I think I'd do that myself anyway.
yeah. So Ian's a local artist. He works at Outpost on Renshaw Street. That's probably what you're most known for. But he also does a lot of festive Christmas cards too, which fits today's theme, obviously being the Christmas special. So
I'm sure we can give some away.
Ian is also a massive movie buff, comic buff. He loves his Marvel.
Yeah, if you ever come to the bar, you'll see that both Matt and I are massive movie fans. But yeah, I did film studies at uni, so
I didn't even know that. Maybe we could start there.
I did film and media studies at Manchester Met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So what did that entail?
Bullshit. That's why I jacked it in.
Was it practical or more written?
It was more theory. So we had one of the lectures was about the Buffy the Vampire Slayer episode Hush. So basically the lecture was just watching that episode.
That was
It was like a Monday morning, 9
that's
o'clock.
such a good episode though.
Yeah.
Play. I mean, like,
especially the bit when Buffy goes and Xander's like,
because you probably saw it more in a rude way. But
yes.
I was watching a breakdown of that. Obviously, Josh Whedon is someone that's not mentioned much anymore, even though it's a fine line between cancelling people and stuff at the
There's
minute.
no such thing as cancel culture. It's called consequence culture.
Yeah.
It's like, look, you've done shit, and you're going to have to deal with it. You're not getting cancelled, you're just having to deal with the shit you've done. I don't agree with cancel culture.
It does shut people down a lot, and there's so much pressure online, and they tend to vanish, don't they?
Yeah.
Cause
No, but some places it's rightly so. Apparently he's a bit of a naughty one. So.
I was watching, there was an interview with James Masters not too long ago, and even he was held up against the wall by his throat, I think.
By Joss Whedon?
Josh Whedon, yeah.
Can't see that happening. Have you seen Joss Whedon?
Back then, yeah, he was just skinny, like, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, like, anyone could have him. Like. But yeah, he wanted to write Spike out really early, because he was only meant to be a 3-episode guy and just died after 3 parts.
That always happened with characters. It's like, that's how the established characters happen, unless you're the star.
And like 2 series later, when he was still there, he literally put him in the corner of the room and said, "You're dead, mate. We've got to kill you." Like,
of course, he's a vampire. Of course, he's dead.
Spoiler alert.
He's a vampire. All vampires are dead.
Aye. So
with the zombies, who knows?
Let's take it back a few years. Let's go to teen Ian, teenage Ian.
What about teenage Ian?
What happened there?
Which one? Daniel Amokachi pulled a funny face at me once. That was good. That was highlight of my, I think it was 13 when we won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
I support Everton.
Everton, yeah. Neverton.
Yeah.
You know what? I thought Neverton was a joke, saying that Everton would never win, but Neverton is actually a place.
And it's spelled differently to Everton as well.
Yeah, but there's a place called Neverpool.
Liverpool.
Over the water.
Is there?
Yeah.
Where? I live over the water.
It's just before Ellesmere Port, before you...
Oh.
Yeah, there's a place called Neverpool.
Sure it's not Overpool?
No, I'm sure it's Neverpool.
I've heard of Overpool. Never heard of Neverpool.
Tell me in the comments if there's a place called Neverpool. I'm notorious for making up stuff, and
He said yeah.
There's a Neverpool, yeah. Yeah.
With a V?
Oh, it's not never.
Nether. Like Netherton.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but either way, it's spelled differently, so what does that
No,
matter?
sorry, my mistake. It's Neverpool Road, not Liverpool.
Yeah, but usually there's a road called that because it's going to that place. Like Liverpool Road in Widnes, where I'm from, heads in the direction of Liverpool.
Yeah.
But then lots of places have roads which are just named after other places because
Is there a road named after you?
there is a hamlet in Northumberland called Nesbit. It's not named after me though. It will be.
It will be, yeah.
Eventually.
Once you do your parade up there on the streets.
Yes.
So, okay, let's go back to Teen Ian.
Okay. Yes. I've always been just a bit of a. I wouldn't say a nerd because I've never really heavily been into computer games other than like playing the Amiga with my brother, or I've gotten a Super Nintendo in '92. I've never been into Star Trek. I've never been into Doctor Who, or the only board games I was really interested in was Hero Quest because that was amazing. So I was always more of a geek than a nerd, or an avid fan of particular things like Star Wars or G.I. Joe or cartoons, and my love of cartoons has never waned. Star Wars, it's always been there.
Yeah.
In high school when the special editions were coming out, we used to play massive games of football in school, and I basically gave every person playing a Star Wars name because I was just that sad. And I was just that excited to finally get to see Star Wars at the cinema, because being a Star Wars fan in the 90s was pretty grim. It's like if you wanted a Star Wars t-shirt, they didn't have them in Asda. Adidas didn't do any of them. I had to go to, like, it was always the black graphic printed, like really garish Star Wars t-shirts that I had to get, and I had a few. I mean, I'd always take me to Forbidden Planet when it was
Like official, expensive stuff, yeah?
yeah, it was still like expensive for a t-shirt, but they looked like the kind of things that like proper mad like Hobgoblin t-shirt goth type things.
Yeah. Was you into Marvel back then? Because I
No.
know you was a big Marvel guy.
Comic wise, the first comics I'd buy were like obviously Turtles, toy tie-in ones like He-Man, Thundercats, like Marvel did Thundercats and G.I. Joe. Like I was well into me G.I. Joe, so I'd get the comics for them. But then the first comics that Garfield, big Garfield fan. First comics, grown-up style ones were Alien vs Predator. So I'd get loads of the Dark Horse, Alien vs Predator.
My brother loves those ones, yeah.
Or 2008 Day, Rogue Trooper, the summer specials. But then it wasn't until about 2006 when I started an office job. I started working for HMRC in Queensdock.
Yeah.
And so this was after I'd worked with Marty.
Yeah.
So I left that job with Marty and started working for HMRC, and a mate, or a colleague who became a mate, and said, yeah, read this. It was Ultimate Spider-Man. And then I just got hooked into Marvel, and then it was like Captain America's my favourite. And then it was just Winter Soldier Saga, right through all of Ed Brubaker's stuff. And it was basically 2006 when I started reading Marvel, because before then,
So
the only superheroes I was interested in were the ones who'd had films, like
Swamp Thing.
Batman Returns, still one of my favourite superhero
Swamp
films.
Thing had a movie though, didn't he?
Yeah, that wasn't a kid's one though.
No, definitely not. I did watch it as a kid though, but
Yeah, that's because we were allowed to watch anything as kids. My nan used to rent out all the Jean-Claude Van Damme films for me as a kid. I remember watching Double Impact from Armchair Video on my birthday with my nan in the living room, and then Jean-Claude Van Damme plays identical twins, and then one of them starts shagging the other one's missus on a boat. I'm sat there in the living room watching it with my nan, and like,
you know what? I actually think I watched the same scene with my nan as well.
I used to go to the cinema with my nan all the time because my granddad didn't like going to the cinema. My nan loved the movies,
Yeah.
so we used to go all the time.
Oh, I remember seeing Jurassic Park in the movie. That was amazing.
Yeah, my dad took me to that. I remember it was a Thursday night, just before we broke up for the summer holidays for school. Cinema was rammed. I was made up. I was always into dinosaurs and stuff as a kid. So
My poor parents spent so much on Jurassic Park memorabilia. I had all the cars, I had everything, all the little gadgets, even things that wasn't even in the movie. They started like making toys that were just
none of the toys.
Fictional things.
None of the toys looked like they were all like bloody jacked, like a Sam Neill action figure, and he's like jacked. He's got some big massive backpack and a gun. It's like, I don't think that paleontologist would have a massive like helicopter on his back and a gun.
Even some of the vehicles had weird like arms and grabbers and stuff. I know is it the second Jurassic?
Yeah, Lost World, they have like these seats that come out when the poachers are catching stuff.
But some of the vehicles had things I definitely didn't see in the movies.
Yeah, because Jurassic Park, it's not really a toy-themed thing. It's like people driving around and getting chased and eaten by dinosaurs.
Yeah.
What kind of toys are you going to have for that?
I fell in love with Jeff Goldblum massively in Jurassic Park 2. And then I just went through his like movie.
I saw
movie biology.
Lost World in the ABC cinema, which isn't there anymore. It's like the building as you come out to Lime Street on the corner. It's got like a big art thing. It's like a massive building. Saw a good few films in there with my mates.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park 2. Pretty sure I saw special edition Star Wars in there. Batman and Robin, I think. But when I go to the cinema with me nan, it'd be around the corner. In
The nipple Batman and Robin, yeah.
Yes.
They get so much scrutiny over putting those nipples on the suit, don't they?
Yeah, because it's fucking weird.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't really notice that in like just watching it as a kid, but yeah, just like seeing the suit now, just looking at it. Oh, there's a part where he's like, and there's a nipple right on there when he puts the suit on.
Yeah, because it went through like Batman, Robin, and Batgirl all get like put the suits on,
And suited
so
up,
it
yeah.
like just focuses on these things, and it's like I'm sure it focuses on like Alicia Silverstone's bum as Batgirl, or
I think, yeah.
it's just weird.
Did she have nipples on her suit?
I hope not. She was like playing a teenager.
We've got old man nipples as well, if you think about that. George Clooney was an old man to me then.
It's George Clooney though.
Yeah, everyone loves George Clooney, don't they?
Just as long as you don't see his nipples when he's in Syriana.
I know people that just used to watch ER for George Clooney.
I started watching ER because it was written by Michael Crichton and produced by Spielberg, and I thought, ooh, ER's coming out from the writer of Jurassic Park and the director of Jurassic Park. It's like, oh, hospital drama.
It's like a boring Scrubs. Yeah.
I
Do you think
used,
Scrubs is a play on ER?
no.
No.
I used to like Scrubs, but then I rewatched it, and it's just J-Date is a massive arsehole. He just sabotages everybody around him. So I couldn't watch it again.
I think I got as far as 2 series with Scrubs. We didn't have like satellite TV back home,
It's because you're in Wales.
and I only had S4C, so we could tune in Channel 4 a bit, but you're watching it and you're forcing yourself with so much white noise just to like.
Yeah, but
deal
Scrubs
with
was on when I'm sure E4 was around when Scrubs started getting screened.
I think Scrubs was on when they did start showing Scrubs Part B. It was on late at night for me. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember like My Name Is Earl and stuff like that. It was just constantly on E4 in the daytime.
Yeah, I still didn't have. We didn't even have Freeview then. I couldn't even watch My Name Was Earl. My parents were such a late comer. Comers bringing like.
Well, what year did you get like normal or Sky or?
When I was like 19.
Yeah, what year was that? Because my mum and dad didn't get I think it was NTL, and that was maybe a year after Channel 5 was launched. So we're talking about 98, I think.
I remember, and I never finished secondary school till 2002.
Child.
Showing his age, you know what I mean?
I am 14.
Yeah, I know.
That's what all the grey for.
I'll just say this now. Most of my mates this year have made me feel so young.
You don't look young, if that makes you feel any better.
But I feel young. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, you don't.
So, alright, and so what thing about comics made you actually just What thing about reading comics just made you go, shit, this is good?
Well, I've always been a big reader, and often as an adult I'd discarded comics as something that I didn't think I would be interested in. I thought, yeah, I've got my favourite books. I was into like classic and modern, I collect the books, the Penguin classics and modern classics, and I was into those.
Was there a mixture of the literature and the artwork?
Well, obviously it's got to be good art, because like say Watchmen, I don't like.
Yeah.
I can't get past the artwork, and I'm sure people obviously love it. I can't get past the artwork because it's not the style that I'm into, and it's the same with some modern comics. I can't get if the style doesn't get me in, then I'm not really going to be interested in. But Ultimate Spider-Man, Brian Michael Bendis and Mark Bagley, is like perfect combination. His artwork, amazing. The writing, it was like punchy, funny, exciting.
Some of the old school DC comics I couldn't get into.
Yeah, Golden Age Marvel and stuff. It's just
like the ones
really
that are even in colour, they're just heavily inked, cross-hatching.
Yeah, every now and then I'd get. Remember it was like a compendium, small comics of like X-Men. You get them. They were like normal book size, and like the Phoenix Saga and stuff like that.
Aye.
Like I'd buy a couple of them, but never really got into them.
No.
Until clean artwork by Mark Bagley, and it was like, yeah, this is for me.
Game changer. Yeah, comics have come a long way. They're still traditional though in their art sense, but yeah, I think they've come a long way in their stylization.
I like the simple ones as well, like David Ayer, and like if you've started watching Hawkeye, it's a shame he's not been credited, because they basically use all of his artwork in the credits and everything.
No way.
And
I can't go on with the font. Do you know the Hawkeye font?
yeah, that's David Ayer. It's like it's the Matt Fraction David Ayer comic run. It's amazing.
It's an iconic font for the comic book. Yeah. Have you started watching it yet?
Yeah, of course. I love Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Always have. Well, not always, since I started reading them.
How many episodes are due in that series? 9?
Don't know.
Yeah.
Just go along with it. And it's set at Christmas, which will get us all in the mood, because it's like really good. But I'm watching the Beatles thing at the moment, and that's amazing.
Yeah, I overheard you talking the other day about it.
Here we go.
Unless you was telling me, I think you was telling a few people at the same time.
It's so good. It's
Yeah.
like watching genius at work in real time. Like there's a bit when Paul McCartney's just strumming away, and like he's written Get Back just by like doing a random tune and humming along, and then
Is he strumming a bass?
Yeah.
The same one I bought the other week.
yeah, and see, he's left-handed, so that's why I did it that
Is
way,
he?
despite me
Oh,
being
cool.
right-handed.
I
so
didn't even
would've-
know that. See our camera guy's laughing, like, smiling. He's nodding. He agrees.
He's just laughing at your hoodie.
Probably. I hope everyone likes my hoodie at home.
Why don't you just get a normal hoodie?
Why would I want to be normal in a world full of boring people?
It's not boring to be normal or wear normal stuff. It's like I wear kind of plain stuff, but I'll always like jazz it up with a badge or something.
Yeah, but we all know that you're a superhero in your other life, so it's just superheroes.
Mild-mannered.
Yeah, superheroes need to be dressed down.
That's for a point.
So let's move on to movies then for a bit. Did you see the original Star Wars in the cinema?
No, I wasn't even born. Came out in 1977.
Was it? I thought it was in the 80s. See, I'm going to get an education.
I was
lesson
born a
again.
year after the second one came out.
Alright, cool.
I wasn't even 2 when Return of the Jedi came out.
I saw the remastered ones when they did the
special edition.
Yeah,
The remastered one, or the digitally remastered, were in 95, and they weren't at the cinema. That was just a video release.
So it was the cinema one.
So 97 is when the special editions came out.
Yeah, there we go.
Because I got into Star Wars because I've got an elder brother, 3 years older than me. When I was growing, when I was 2, he had Star Wars toys. So he just let me play with the Star Wars toys, and then we'd get into it, watch them. And then I remember he always had, he had Empire Strikes Back, which he'd taped off the TV. He had Return the Jedi, which he'd taped off TV at Christmas. And I always remember when Luke's coming into Jabba's palace, like force choking Gamorrean guards and stuff, and then comes across on the bottom of the screen about the Samaritan's phone number. And it's like, if you're lonely this Christmas type of thing. And I always remember at that point, the Samaritans come up when Luke Skywalker's force choking Gamorrean guards. But I never had a New Hope. So this is like what it was like in the 90s. My nan took me to the old HMV in Liverpool. No Star Wars in HMV.
No.
This was in about 92, I think. 92 or 93. No Star Wars in HMV. So we had to order in a video of Star Wars, and the only one that they could get was a widescreen one from like an HMV in Norwich or something like that.
Oh gosh.
And that's what we had. That's the kind of stuff that I had to deal with.
So it was proper letterboxed on
Yeah,
the TV.
letterboxed for me to watch it on my 14-inch TV in my bedroom. But so I'd say no, I can't. I'm not a Star Wars hipster because I was a child when it came out.
My cousin David used to give us hand-me-downs of his toys, and he gave us a bunch of originals. We had the AT-AT Walker.
I've still got my AT-AT.
Do you know the Battle of Hoth, the installation pieces, the towers? We had all that as well.
Yeah, we had loads, and then because I was well into G.I. Joe, I used to have like mobile command center and massive things and planes and everything. And then me and my dad were like, look, I'm going to have to get rid of some of the toys. So they took the battered old Star Wars toys that me and Will had played with for years, took them to a car boot sale. Nobody bought any of them, but one kid was looking at them the whole time.
Yeah.
So they just gave this kid all the Star Wars toys. And yeah, the only ones I've still got an AT-AT, still got Rebel Transporter from Empire Strikes Back, and I think the Millennium Falcon's still hanging up in my dad's bar.
My brother's got a Millennium Falcon, AT-AT Walker. No originals, so like reproductions made in like the past 10 years probably. He's a very proud
And half a
collectible.
Dalek.
And he's got half a Dalek, yeah. So my brother, he bought half a Dalek, not even the top, half the bottom.
Just for him to sit in and have his dinner.
Well, the goal was to create the top half himself. The bottom half's well made. It's made out of metal and wood. It's got coasters. I was just going to say...
Go for drinks?
No, for like wheels.
Oh.
It's a correct word, yeah. So I was suggesting to put a dome over it. And do you know where you got like the globe so you can put like your wine...
The drinks cabinet.
the drinks cabinet, yeah. But do that with a Dalek? I thought that would be a brilliant idea, but...
Well, if it's got a
I don't
bottom,
know.
you'd be able to like have the drinks globe, but it'd have like a keg of beer inside it.
Yeah?
But your brother only drinks shit beer, doesn't he?
Yeah, he drinks Carlin or Strongbow.
Yeah, shit beer.
It's the only options you got back home, Got Foster's if you want to get it exotic. South Wales pubs, up your game. Because... So I met Ian when he was working on Smithdown Road, whether we're going to go into that or not. But that was like my first like real taste of craft beer. That was.
Yeah, I hadn't really been into craft beer that long, so before I started there, I coincidentally worked in the same place as our cameraman here. We met in the office back then. Then I left there. I was in a bit of a weird place mentally. I couldn't really stick working in an office anymore. And then a group of friends were opening a bar on Smithdown Road, and they were like, look, this will be great for you. Like, it'll be great for you mentally. And you've got a job if you want it. So I went in there basically as there were 4 owners and me as the bar manager. And then, yeah,
There
that's
we
where
go.
you walked in.
I crawled in, yeah.
So got me properly into craft beer. Met lots of nice people, and it's like now regulars from that place that I met, like become friends with, like you. They've come to Outpost now, which is 3 and a bit years old now.
I've
So
totally
it was like, it was as much as it's like there were parts of the hospitality industry that I'm not really a big fan of and stuff like that, but mentally
It helped out.
it's relaxing.
Yeah.
It's quite cathartic really, and it's like, because I'm quite an outgoing person, it's easy to like, I don't mind telling people to fuck off and stuff.
Yeah. But you always got someone to talk to. There's variety in the type of customer as well. And obviously you've made friends through that trade as well. So
Yeah, I remember slapping you, and you were really upset by it. That was hilarious.
yeah, slapped me across the face.
You looked like you were gonna cry.
Caught me off guard, you little shit.
It was a joke.
Fucking
Should we
slap.
go through it again? Can you remember the joke?
I'll slap your fucking ball there now.
Can you remember the joke?
No, I can't remember the joke because I had stars going around my head. What was the joke? You want to tell me?
It was the knock
You weren't
knock.
slapping me.
The knock knock.
Oh, I'm not saying.
It was the knock knock. It was from the American Office. Knock knock. Who's the KGB? The KGB who?
I've never seen
We
the
will ask the
American Office.
questions.
Never seen the American Office.
You need to.
My friend went to a party the other night, and she put a thing out on Insta story saying, "I've never seen The Office, but we're going to a fancy dress party themed after the American Office. What should I dress up as?"
A stapler.
That's exactly what I said. Because that's the only thing I could think. Yeah. All right, cool.
What's taken over?
You tell me about what's taken over. Didn't you think aliens had taken over the world one time?
I didn't think it was actually going to happen, but I've been watching a lot of Falling Skies, a sci-fi, like an alien invasion TV show, and then just sort of weird things started happening around the world. I remember like there was a big sinkhole opening somewhere, and then there was a meteorite crashing in the middle of Siberia, and I think this must have been like 2013, I think it was. Oh, things are going a bit weird here. So I didn't think it was going to happen, but I did make a bug out bag just in case. Because I think I've been watching The Walking Dead as well.
Go on, run us through what was in your bag.
Well, it was mainly just like,
Beer.
no, water purification tablets, a
Yeah.
selection of knives for whittling,
Needle and thread.
yeah, foil blankets.
Super glue.
Yeah, there was super glue.
Yeah.
And the most important thing that everybody must have in a post-apocalyptic world, fingerless gloves. Everybody in post-apocalyptic settings have fingerless gloves.
Yeah.
So I got myself a few pairs of them as well.
I got fingerless toast.
Fingerless toast?
The toast gloves upstairs.
Toast?
Toast.
Toast?
Yeah, they're toast.
Oh, is that what the actual thing is?
Yeah, the Japanese style toast.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought they were bears or something.
Oh.
Don't know.
Japanese artists, your toast doesn't look like toast.
What? Kawaii?
That's how it's called in Japan.
I think
Toast.
like Kara, she's into kawaii, and it is basically inanimate objects with cute faces on, or other things drawn in the same simplified but cutesy way.
There we go, yeah. There's a few animes if you look out. You can find some cartoons. I'm fucking boiling now.
You've only got that on.
I know.
You've not got a t-shirt on underneath it.
I know. It's well knitted. Well, machine factory made. Yeah. So let's talk about Outpost for a bit.
Go on then.
Yeah.
You spend enough time there, you can talk about it as well, can't you?
I live in there. If anyone's watching this and want to find me, just go to Outpost.
Yeah, so we were at the bar on Smithdown Road, getting a bit disillusioned with a few things, as much as I did enjoy it at parts. And then there was a couple of us who worked there, and we were like, there's a chance for us to take over our friend's place in the city centre. We thought, yeah, city centre, like, it's where we want to be. So took over our friend had been running it for, I think, maybe 8 years. I can't remember. She'd had it for a while.
Mm.
We thought, right, let's just do it our way. Outpost, named after John Carpenter's The Thing, because it's set at Outpost 31.
Yeah.
It was going to be called Outpost 31, but then it was confusing everybody that we were trying to set up an account with,
Yeah.
because it's at 77 Renshaw Street. And so, okay, Outpost 31 Renshaw Street.
Yeah.
No. And then there were a few other bars, like Bar 53 or whatever it was called on Berry Street, and a few other ones with numbers on, so we just dropped it, Outpost.
Chamber 36.
Yeah, it's basically become, so it's a gig space, popular gig space for punk, death metal, all kinds of bands. Not really my kind of music, but everybody who comes to them tends to be dead nice, and I've made a good few friends from the gigs and stuff. Craft beer, which we're heavily into, and veggie vegan pizzas, which I am neither vegetarian or vegan, but they're nice.
They are.
And there was an established customer base for them from Maguire's, I suppose. And
Did
it's
the
basically
original recipes move over?
some of them, because we retained Jay as the chef for a bit, but then he moved on, and we've kept some of the same stuff, thrown our own ones, like the shredder. We only thought up because of when we screened the Ninja Turtles movie, and then the buffalo maple. That was one that me and Matt came up because we like maple syrup, and we had some from leftover. Like, I think we were doing like, or I bought it for maple lattes, and then I wanted to make some like buffalo maple mayo to dip my pizza in. And then we were like, oh, this might be nice on a pizza.
Yeah, just evolved.
And then it's basically just a holding cell or collection room for all kinds of memorabilia and toys that haven't got room for at home.
And art from local artists.
Art from local artists. We're always like, there's a few. You've done a couple of bits. There's some of mine in there. There's Jess Hanco. I bought a print off her. That's on the wall.
Amy of Darkness.
No, I asked her to do
I
something.
thought she did the thing. It's like an inked.
The pizza one.
No, do you know when he mutates and turns into a spider in The Thing, the movie?
Yeah.
The upside down head thing. Is that hers on the wall?
The black and white one.
Yeah.
No, that's We Are Howl, the one who do all the window art and stuff for the bagelry.
Okay.
So he.
Sorry for confusing that.
Yeah, he did that. He did that and donated it to us because he's a fan of the place. He's friends with some of the bands that like Buffalo Riot and stuff. They're one of the bands that play in here a lot. And Ian, who is part of that band, he puts loads of gigs on at the bar as well. And they're all in the same kind of group. And so he was a fan of the place. He did some basically fan art, donated it to us as a print, which is dead nice.
Yeah.
He's a lovely lad.
Lovely.
So even regulars have done stuff like Lena. She did us the all work and no play typewriter print. She donated that to us during lockdown. And then other people donate old VHSs, toys. There's all
Fancy dress, costume, props.
Yeah. Stop bigging yourself up. Ghostbusters things.
Yeah. So yeah, if anyone's in town and they want an alternative place to go, you don't necessarily have a gig every weekend, but
no. They're always just advertised on Facebook and Instagram and everything.
But if you're looking for an alternative place to go, what do you call it? Would you describe it as a dive bar?
Yeah. Basically, because it is a bit of a dive. It's like mismatched tables and chairs.
Yeah. But good conversation and a good atmosphere.
Well, depends.
Depends if he's working or not. Sorry.
But yeah, if it's the first time that you're going to come in, maybe not on a gig night.
Yeah, it can be quite manic on
Yeah.
a gig night,
And
yeah.
less likely to shout at you.
And sweaty, maybe.
Well, I'm always a bit.
But always remember to shut the door. Yeah. Shut the door.
But yeah, it's very nice. It's basically a part of socialising now because go to work there, and friends are regulars. Regulars become friends. It's basically somewhere where people know that I'm going to be, and they'll come and hang out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it is a job. It's quite a rewarding job.
Yeah.
And
people who run their mouth don't come back.
yeah, there are only a couple of people that we've had to bar.
Yeah.
Usually, because we're very, very. It's hard to say that you barred people, but we're very open-minded. But we've had to bar people because we are very open-minded and they are not. It's kind of. It's like, look, we only have an intolerance for intolerance.
Yep.
And it's like, look, it's a safe space for anybody to come into unless you're basically a Tory Brexiteer. And we're very left, very on the left side, but not like militant left.
Yeah, this is a welcoming space for everyone, I guess.
Yeah, we'll never discriminate against people unless they are the discriminators. It's like,
I just start picking on a minority or something.
yeah. We had somebody had put up a sticker in the toilets, basically calling Boris Johnson a cunt. Somebody at a gig had tried to rip that down, but they'd ended up ripping off like a whole like beer sign in the process. It's like whether they were a Bojo fan, don't know, but it's like, come on, you don't need to do that. He's a cunt. Leave it up there.
Yeah. It's a very popular piece of art now, actually. Just writing cunt on Boris Johnson's face.
It is.
Yeah.
It's not exactly, can't be done for slander or anything.
No. When I was in New York, we went over just as Trump won the elections. One of the bars we went in the piss trough, they actually put a big picture of Trump in the trough at the back. So you had to piss onto Trump. I found it was quite cool.
I think we wouldn't be as aggressive with our left leanings, if not really, or we wouldn't be as forward with our left leanings if maybe customers could have guns on their persons, because obviously you don't want to get shot over something stupid like that. Well,
Yeah. You just pass it over if you want. For anyone watching, my camera assistant has just passed me a beer. We won't put it in shot.
I've left mine in the other room.
You're right, get it.
It's okay, we can take
This episode's kind of like, it's just a bit of fun, so don't worry, mate. And we're dropping the professionalism a bit, aren't we? So yeah, this is a Christmas episode. So
yeah, why? How is it? Just because it's the 29th of November and that's why it's a Christmas episode? Are we going to actually?
It's the 23rd today. You like?
Are we going to cover any? It's the 23rd of what?
December today.
Oh,
I'm joking. It's cool. We pre-recorded this because everyone wants time off in December, don't they?
yes. I have family and work obligations.
So in a nutshell, obviously not going too personal with you in front of everyone, but
there's no
what's your Christmas day going to be like? Because Ian lives over the water, but his parents live over here.
Yes. So, it's the first Christmas day. Oh, thank you. I'm going to be spending it with my partner's family, having Christmas dinner there. Usually, it's like my daughter lives in Widnes. Well, not usually, she does. But I usually see her on a Christmas day at my mum and dad's. But this year, I'm going to be having Christmas with Vicky and her family.
Oh, cool.
And then we'll go over to my mum and dad's on Boxing Day, see Cara, and bring her home for a few days. Because I think because Outpost only opens Thursday to Sunday, Christmas falling on basically Friday. I'm not going to be in work for 2 weeks. We're not going to be open for Christmas or New Year because despite us being a bar, because it's our bar, we open when we want to.
Oh.
Me and Matt don't want to work New Year's Eve, so we
No.
won't be open New Year's Eve. We don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
open.
Exactly. I'm going to South Wales. I am.
Oh yeah, she said. I have to send a card down for Jenny
My
and,
mum,
and
Jen,
Vaughan.
yeah. And they were coming back for New Year's, bringing my mate Nick up with his girlfriend. As if they don't change their mind.
Again,
Well,
Amy.
yeah, Amy. But there was a death in the family, so yeah, but Amy.
What's your favourite Christmas movie?
Ooh, it's got to be like just like the first Home Alone, I think. You know, that's really nostalgic for me as well. I remember seeing that for the first time over a friend's house in December, and it excuse me, and it actually snowed that December as well. So there's a lot of nostalgia there. And I remember him coming to my house afterwards, and we had a massive snowball fight, and I had no gloves on, and we did a snowball fight for an hour. So my hands are like buzzing, but I was having so much fun. Like, yeah, my friend Adam Coop. Yeah, I'm
Very
seeing
Welsh
him.
name.
Adam Coop. Well, his father was German, I think. Yeah, his mum was Welsh. His mum passed away this year as well, so peace and love. But
Spectacles, testicles, wallet and watch.
last time I saw him, I was home just because I live in Liverpool now. Everyone watching, I was home visiting. I was just walking between the train station and my mum's, and a white van stopped, and I was like, "Oh
To
shit!"
kidnap you.
And then he stuck his head out the window and he's like, "Do you want a lift?" I was like, "Yeah." I haven't seen him in like 10 years. Just saw me straight away, offered me a lift.
Yeah, you're probably wearing one of your ugly hoodies.
I probably was. I was a lot thinner back then as well. When you picked me up. I blame Liverpool for my massive growth right here.
I blame you being lazy and getting a taxi everywhere.
I always had a taxi everywhere anyway, I think. I don't know, I did walk a lot in South Wales. Yeah. But, yeah.
But Home Alone's your favourite Christmas film.
Yeah. Home Alone.
What was your best ever Christmas present?
Mega Drive 2.
Or the best year for presents?
Oh. It would have to be like 90... No, it wouldn't.
Can see right up your nose.
1999.
99? How old
Yeah.
were you then? Or did you get a mobile phone or
I
something?
must have been like 14. I had a Sega Dreamcast with
Yeah.
a copy of Shenmue.
Oh, that game that you're always prattling on about.
Don't get me started. That's such a good game. It's open world. And because time changes in the game too, the environment changes in the town you live in, and Christmas comes and goes as well. And I remember there's a legless Santa walking through the town it's not even a fictional town. It's actually based in a real little village. But there's a Santa Claus who's just drunk as fuck, walking around the town at half midnight like this.
A bad Santa.
Yeah, and you can go up to him and talk to him, but whatever he says is
So was this a
inaudible.
computer game or was this just Wales?
Oh, Wales is much different to that. Everyone's just fucked. even at 10 in the morning, man. Everyone's queuing at that pub, I tell you.
Did used to, like me and my elder brother.
You got just as big as a queue with the doctors at the pub in the morning.
There were a few years on Christmas Day, me and my brother would be queuing outside the local, 11 o'clock, just to get in. But to be fair, the local to us, my mum and dad's back garden, backed onto the field behind, like the playing field behind the pub, like the pub grounds. So it was our very local.
My brother is always late for Christmas dinner
I remember
because he's legless.
Christmas '99, my little brother got all of the Star Wars Episode 1 Lego, and I remember spending 4 hours in the pub, then having Christmas dinner, and then being absolutely leathered trying to put together his Star Wars Lego. And that was like, obviously, I think that was just when Star Wars Lego had first come out and stuff, so it was still back when the Lego figures still had the yellow faces and everything. Like they didn't bother changing any of that. We got like the pod racer and the Sith infiltrator with Darth Maul. You got a fair few of them.
Can you remember all the pod racer characters?
Sebulba the dog.
Yeah.
Who was that? I can't.
There was one with two heads. Was there?
Yeah.
I used to love that game as well, though. The pod racer game.
I had that on the PlayStation 2, but not until about
That was a Christmas
2007.
gift as well.
I didn't get a PlayStation until 2006.
I had it for the N64. Nintendo 64. But that was a Christmas gift, Star Wars Pod Racer.
I remember Christmas '95. I got me, or it was '94 or '95, because I got my Super Nintendo with the Super Scope for Christmas '92, and the Super Scope is the one that's behind the bar in Outpost.
Mm.
And I got Street Fighter 2. I got Street Fighter 2 that Christmas, but my mum and dad had to get me the American PAL version or whatever it was, the NTSC, and an adapter to put that in, because otherwise it wouldn't play.
Alright.
And then
For the PlayStation,
for the SNES,
SNES.
they had to get like the American cartridges were like square, whereas the PAL ones were like rounded.
Okay.
So you had to put an adapter in order to play the American games.
Never had a SNES.
SNES was the best console.
My first console was the Master System 2 with built-in Alex the Kid. So
I used
you
to
had
play
do
Alex
was
the
just,
Kid on the Amiga, I think.
Yeah. Alex Kid was amazing. And then I had Wonder Boy 2, The Dragon's Trap.
No, that was a song by Tenacious D.
Yeah, it is. There's a dragon in the music video as well,
What is the secret of your power?
Wonder Boy!
Should we go Christmas caroling? We've all got voices for Christmas caroling.
Aye. Oh, you'll be the baritone, yeah.
I did some yesterday, not proper Christmas caroling. I forgot my phone at Vicky's mum's, so we went back and knocked on the door and then just started singing when she opened.
Hello. What are you saying?
Good King Wenceslas, but only the first 3 lines because I don't know anymore.
Give us the first 3 lines. I don't know what song it is. You gotta.
It's too loud. Like
Yeah.
seriously, if I try to sing it, it'd be too loud.
Oh.
There's other people. I cannot control the.
You'll just smash all
volume.
the glass in the dark.
It's like when I do me Beauty and the Beast singing. I can't do it quietly.
No.
It has to be loud.
Yeah. Beauty and the Beast is your favourite Disney, though, isn't it? Yeah.
I remember my mum was taking me, my mate Rob, to the cinema to see Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie,
Oh yeah.
but we just missed that. The screening had started. We couldn't get in, so we were like, what should we go and see instead? Beauty and the Beast was on.
Mm.
So this was 92 or maybe winter 92 or beginning of 93. I can't remember. So we went to see Beauty and the Beast instead. And then from that moment, me and mate Rob were in love with Beauty and the Beast. It's like the best Disney film ever. I've been to see it at the theatre a couple
So
of
what
times.
made you fall in love with it?
Amazing.
Was there a particular scene or song that made
It's
you
just captivating from the start, and it's like the opening, the
Oh my god. Well, when I went to see it in the Empire, with
I've
Ru-
seen it. I saw it in the Empire, but that was.
They got the rose in the centre. Everyone's
Yeah.
coming in, and they just got that playing silently while everyone finds their chairs.
It was.
Just gets you right in the mood.
It was about 20 years ago that I saw it in the Empire,
Yeah.
and it blew me mind when there was this rug dancing round during Be Our Guest. There was somebody dressed as a rug, and the hands were like just out the top, so it looked
Yeah.
like the magic carpet from Aladdin.
Yeah.
But they were like doing backflips across the stage when during Be Our Guest. It was amazing.
Do you think? Stupid question. This is. Doctor Strange's cape is related to Aladdin's rug. Because they have that sort of same like, character sort of thing, you know? Because he comes to say, like, saves the day sort of thing, you know? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what you're saying.
This,
I don't know why you're saying it.
I don't know. Just made up.
Is this a what is it, a Rule 34 kind of thing? Is it Rule 34? Rule 32? If you can think of it, there's a porn for it. So
Never heard of that one.
so you're thinking of Doctor Strange's cape and Aladdin's magic carpet going at it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, would that be incestuously related in this scenario?
I don't know.
Step siblings, that's okay.
They have similar characteristics.
So I think maybe the
Maybe it's because they're just cross.
characterization of this magic cape has taken ideas from a magic carpet, Aladdin's magic
You
carpet.
know what? That's probably what it is.
Because obviously they're both humorous, slapsticky kind of characters.
Yeah, and they both turn out when someone's falling or something like that. Yeah, they've put that about them. Did you ever
Works.
play Aladdin, the computer game?
Really good, really good.
Brilliant.
That, although there was that and The Lion King, which were basically the same games.
Yeah, or the soundtrack to that beginning.
Yeah, it was just constantly do 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 do. But
Did you get to the flamingo one?
yeah,
Oh,
You can
and
get-
they just go boing.
you can get that on you
Flamingo.
can get that on the like your fucking hat, your flamingo hat. You can get that on the Nintendo Switch. You can get the like the Lion King, Aladdin, and Jungle Book, I think.
Yeah.
And, like for the Switch. I haven't got a Switch though.
I bought the game in lockdown actually. It was like £2 on Steam.
I remember you saying, yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Mickey's Magical Quest was my favourite Disney game.
Never played that
Mickey's
one.
Magical Quest was boss. It was dead good.
Did you ever play the Michael Jackson game?
Moonwalker?
Yeah.
No.
No, nor me.
Go around like touching kids in the bum and stuff.
Yeah. Do you know the cheat code for Aladdin?
Don't know.
So you pause the game and go AABB, 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 and it would just send you to the next level.
I remember the
And if you didn't like that level, it was like screw it, pause
Remember the-
AABB, AABB.
I remember the cheat code for Super Star Wars on the SNES, which was in the title screen or the menu. You'd go AAAA B or AAAAX BBBBY XXXXA YYYYB. Press select, and if you hear the Java go Utini, then you'd get like choose whichever character you wanted, so you didn't have to get to particular levels. You had to jump to whatever level you wanted. You'd have unlimited lives.
That's brilliant.
And I remember most of the cheats from Mario 3 and the Mario All-Stars as well. It's like if somebody put Mario 3 in my hand now, I'd probably remember how to like jump to different levels and stuff.
How far
like
could you get in Aladdin on your own? Did you complete that?
I don't think so because
That fight
I
was
didn't
just
have it on
hard,
the
yeah.
I didn't have it on the SNES, but there was one time when my elder brother decided to swap my SNES and all my games for his girlfriend's Mega Drive and all her games. It was like a month like swap or something.
Alright.
And luckily he didn't break up with her in the time because I would have been fuming.
That would have been bad.
That was when I had to play Sonic instead of Mario, which was most disappointing. You don't have much of a Twitter presence, do you?
I used to on my web design company, Twitter.
Because I've made a lot of good friends on Twitter. It's like being a big film nerd. When I started, know me, pixel people, the pixelated movie characters. So
the
when
little
I
characters
first
you
did that got shared around a lot. It went viral, if you will, for a short time. So I got into a big film community on Twitter. So you've met Scott and the other ones who came up for my birthday this year. So I met them on Twitter just through liking films.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I used to have one Twitter account, and I used that mostly, but I was using the username Designer Juice, which
You've got about 12
but
million
that
different
became my
names.
design company then, so I'd stop using it. But that one, I did make some online friends for it. My friend Jess, actually, who went to the party and she had a dress up from someone as the American office, that is someone I met through Twitter. I've never met them. They live in Philadelphia, so.
Well, yeah, that's why my mate Sid she was my film friend from Twitter. She came over to Comic Con in Liverpool with Kevin McNally, and
Okay.
that's why she brought him into the bar. And that's how
All right,
you
cool.
you got to meet him. But yeah, there's because I used to do a film podcast a few years ago with the Inglorious Bastard Nerds. We had some fans for that,
Yeah.
mainly because it'd be me and Scott being controversial, and a lad called Chris having not seen the most obvious films, or say he said Welcome to the Punch was amazing, or he'd never seen like stupid film. He'd never seen Apocalypse Now,
No.
and we were like, you're a big film fan. How have you never seen like, the seminal Apocalypse Now?
I met a lot of friends through playing games online though. Minecraft.
I thought Minecraft was for kids, Aaron. Let's go further into this.
I mean, no. Well, it's definitely not for kids, in my opinion. They've made it more child friendly.
Is that like me saying that I thought comics were for kids?
Yeah, I guess so. If you think about like the Alien versus Predator ones,
Well, that was never for kids.
I know, but then you started making it more kid friendly. Then that's what Minecraft was. I think originally Minecraft was a bit too complicated for children to use. They got. Have you
I've never played it.
Have you heard of redstone, which is a thing in Minecraft?
Is it like brownstones in New York?
It's like.
Is it like RedTube?
It's like.
Is it Minecraft porn?
Shut up. It's a way to make circuits within the world of Minecraft, and that can be quite complicated.
A circuit for what?
Anything, mechanical door switches, light switches, all stuff like that.
In the game?
Yeah. So that's a nice mechanic in there for us. Probably not for a child, but now they use Minecraft in some instances to teach children about circuitry and stuff.
Yeah, I guess in that way it would be a good practical.
But at the beginning it was advanced for children, but now, like I said, they've taken it and they've made it more child friendly. But I've made loads of friends from Minecraft all over the world.
Have you ever met any of these online people before?
I haven't, but they have met together in
Okay.
other circumstances.
Why haven't you met any of them?
Just because I've been unavailable when they've come to the UK or something. Like my friend Lars from Norway, he lives on a reindeer farm right up the top. He's part of this
What does he farm them for?
hide mostly. So they make most of their money
Merry Christmas.
seasonally. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. What a topic. I said to him once, "Can I have a reindeer hide hoodie?" And he was like, "Oh, it's going to cost hundreds, mate. We usually sell them to like places in London use the hide and stuff. You know, it's going to be a hell of a hoodie." Like,
I've met a fair few of the like the film gang from Twitter, and it's like 14 maybe. He even went down to London. There was like a big meet up and like met loads of them, like because I do speak to them a lot. It's like practically every day there are certain ones that I will speak to every day.
Same here as well. Some people I'm just dead close with and never seen. Well, obviously you met yours, but I haven't met some of my friend Harry as well from Yorkshire.
No, Harry's from Bootle. Bootle!
He's from Portugal actually, this one, isn't he?
No.
God, Matt, I'll have to get him on next year one day. Harry who works in Outpost as well. He's a
And
character.
he's, are we saying guitarist or lead guitarist in local band Piss Kitty?
I like, they got a good aesthetic to the band Piss Kitty as well. Especially with
What's the good aesthetic?
It's like modern punk, I guess. Yeah. It's almost got like sort of like have you seen the videos they've put up so far?
Yeah,
Like the
it's
little
like garage punk.
I just like that sort of like chopping sort of editing style they've done. I don't know how to describe that. But yeah. So yeah, I've met some of my closest friends online really. It's quite cool really how you can make that connection to someone. But you've got to think, you've actually put hours into conversations with these anonymous at the beginning.
I think that's one of the awkward things with people online. You can be talking about just a specific subject for such a long time. You'd get to know them and think all that. And then it turns out you meet them in the real world, things outside of that shared interest come up, and it's like, ooh, didn't realise you were an arsehole.
Yeah. Or Tory.
Could be, yeah.
Could be, yeah. especially with your London mates.
Well, yeah, some of them are London, but like they are pretty much all left-leaning anyway because I think
Yeah. Anyway, guys, I think we need to wrap this one up.
we haven't done the grand finale.
What's that?
I thought, what did I bring my top hat and my top hat and my cane for? I thought we were doing a dance number.
We'll do a dance number on this one at the end. We're gonna do a competition for free cards.
Yes, there are some greetings cards. You can even throw in a couple of
Yeah.
badges as well because I do badges on my Etsy.
Yep. So how are we gonna get people to pick these?
Oh,
Should we just say do a random comment on either the Instagram post for this on the doc down at the docs page or Ian's?
yeah. Do
Or
your
on
funniest burn of Aaron's hideous hoodie.
or on the YouTube comments as well.
Oh yeah, I've already told people about. So I've already told people that they can listen to my. I've often been told that my voice is good for bedtime stories, but if they're thirsty people, yeah, they can watch it on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
That's
Hold-
why.
hold
That's
them
why.
up.
That's why I wore the best.
Hold them up. I think
So which
so.
one? That one.
Show them all.
So yeah, I do bespoke, hand-drawn snowman cards. My neighbour Snow Throw sells throughout the year. They're not essentially Christmas cards. They're just snowmen with topical, movie-inspired, humorous takes on things. Sometimes crude, can
Awesome.
be, but also bespoke ones.
It doesn't matter, I can sit here for like an hour plus and then you're like, fuck man, there's so much more. Do you want to come back in season 2?
It's what happens when you don't charge your camera up enough.
Well, we did, but we obliterated it. And we changed the battery. There's
Maybe
probably
we
like,
shouldn't have done the private video beforehand.
I know. So what are we going to sing?
I don't know.
I don't even know if I know the lyrics or anything apart from like, I'm a fucking Barbie girl or something like that.
Yeah, because I don't know. I'm not going to sing anything.
But there's going to be links in the description if you want to follow Ian on Instagram. All
On
that
Inglorious
sort of stuff.
Bastards, our host used to say, "Is there anything you want to plug?" And then I'd plug my Redbubble, but it was my old Redbubble shop now. I sell more on TeePublic these days.
Yeah.
Do you do anything on Redbubble anymore?
Me? I got shot down straight away, so I just didn't bother.
Yeah, I still sell a bit on Redbubble, but TeePublic's been flying this month.
Yeah.
Like,
Alright, cool. So all of Ian's shop links will be down below, including the social media.
do I have to write my own bio?
Yeah, so Ian writes content for our show too, so he's going to have to write his own bio. Or I might write it and get him to correct the spelling mistakes.
I probably will have to.
Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. See you soon.
Scorpio the Scorpion.